can do this and not have a crowd that really gets them going. But this is more of, let's call it prose. Since it's spoken word, you speak the word that you're supposed to speak. Um, what I'm going to be reading is titled, What Happens Between I Do and I Can't Do This Anymore. The romanticization of marriage is the biggest con to ever be sold. You're sold the idea of a forever love with a dash of you could never live without each other. Those are different ideas if you want. Never the same story, but ideas nonetheless. Forever love promises you the best of birthdays paired with amazing sex. Shows the person who will love you no matter what happens. It packages the idea of love with a little of chemical X. The dopamine ride of your lives. Now that's a story I could live with. But never being able to live without each other, it sells mess. It sells the realistic idea that you may want to kill each other, but couldn't bear the idea of a world without them. Fucked up, I know. Drapes of dependency and a pot of despair, but it sounds like something worth testing out. The sounding board of this idea is community. Now, the marriage section of that pamphlet is nicer to swallow. Who would want to walk into a home alone? To wake up alone every day for the rest of your lives? The answer would probably be a psychopath. And nobody wants to be a psychopath. We want to watch documentaries on them, but never quite be them. That's too close a proximity to hell, and no one wants to burn in eternal flames for the rest of their lives. But back to my point, if I was even trying to make one. The summary sounds better, so they don't put it in the fine print. And that's the first one. I'm sorry. I'm going to read one more, or two more, you never know. This one has no anything, but it's just the idea I've had, for a while. It starts out like this. Mortified to dream. Doubt my middle name. Exhale, inhale, into nothingness and matterdom. Building castles and bridges, and the names of fathers and sons I could never reach. Be homemaker and wife to a husband I never knew. Be rib and backbone of a family dreamed before me, for me. The tales of black women before me. Knitting dresses and fixing supper. Listening to days pass them by, never expressing a need or a want. Only giver of life and mother to men, nurse and obey. Just like a little good girl. No peep or squeak heard out of you, wonder why. What could be so bad about a dream? But to dream is to have hope. To have hope is to fantasize. And to fantasize is to wish into a reality. And that's too close for men like them. Thank you.